Hi, I'm Flo. I'd like to show you some things regarding C++ Builder. What you can see here is a open IDE window of C++ Builder 10.2 Tokyo, and what we're seeing here is actually it's a new VCL application which I have saved once. What I've done here is I've installed a very early version of my new plugin called CherryBuilder. You can find it in the Tools menu under the topic CherryBuilder configuration. So what we can see here are multiple windows. Some things are not even implemented, but the main thing, or the main window, is this one here, where you see the code completion settings, which is the main part, or one of the main parts of CherryBuilder. I've selected the CherryBuilder Lite theme for the code completion, as well as Seago UI font with a size of 9. And what I can do here in the colors area is to set the colors for the different code completion options. And for this showcase, I've switched on all additional settings, which we will cover now in the next minutes. I'll begin with the main function, which will be the code completion for sure. And now I click OK here, and I go into the CPP file, where I now make a simple example. Let's type in form 1, and you see a code completion window pops up. It shows all possible members of the class tform1. The order is set to by visibility. What I can do now is exactly like in the original code inside code completion, I can start typing the thing I'd like to have, which will be in this case the caption of the form. And as you can see, the text I've typed in is highlighted in blue. That's one of the colors you can customize. I select this one. I assign a caption, say my form. Okay. Now we have this one. I can have further information about this things, as you know from the code inside, but in this case it's much more detailed. You can see here it's a variable. Its full name is form1. It's not part of any namespace, so we can see it's declared in unit 1 CPP in line 10. Now I'd like to show you the Ctrl+Click navigation, as you know it from Delphi or C++ Builder. But this is also not compiler based. It's a thing CherryBuilder performs individually. So I can Ctrl+Click. Done before. I've jumped here. Okay, let me show you another feature of CherryBuilder. Especially it's not another feature, it's the way how this feature works. I'll now enter a line which is incorrect. Okay, I say it's an integer called hashtag, and assign a string value and set a comma. Okay. Now I'll write this, and even now the code completion works because it's compiler independent. Now I'd like to show you some parameter completion. This works as well as shown before. I can type again form1. I select add item. You see it's full parameter completion and it's there in seconds, even with BCC 32C, which is what I've set in my project options. This works because CherryBuilder's code completion is completely based on universal syntax, which is fully independent of the built-in compilers. There's also a thing called type abbreviations, which is you sometimes have very long names for the code completion list. Sometimes you have some class alias names which are not very clear. So for example, we have the T component name and the T caption type defs, which we here convert to Unicode string. As well, what you can see here is that the system types and classes namespaces are always replaced by an empty string, so they won't show up. Also, there's an option page called the code analyzer settings, which is primarily the setting for the synchronization interval in which the code completion engine in the background parses your source files, which is per default set to 1 second, and it performs a deep refresh every 2 minutes, which is very efficient in most cases. Okay, now let me finally show you how I implement a custom class. Say it's a class TMyClass. I'll do just a public section and void say hello. Okay, TMyClass say hello. Let me do it. So, okay, as a void TMyClass say hello. And sure we say hello. Okay, now I'll create an instance of TMyClass and call it myClass. And now I let CherryBuilder complete it. Thanks for your attention and have a nice day.